Hello, everyone. I wanted to send out a video to let everyone know what's going to be happening over the next week with our church and looking forward to not only Advent, but Christmas. I know it's weird to be talking about that before Thanksgiving, but the fact of the matter is that it's right around the corner. Some of you probably have already started putting up your Christmas decorations. Christmas carols are already on your radio or in your CD player or on your iPhone, and you're getting ready for this joyous season. Albeit it'll be a little subdued with the whole COVID, but even more reason for us to celebrate and to welcome the newborn King yet again for another year. So looking forward, for those of you that haven't been in church services over the past couple of weeks, this upcoming Sunday, we are going to reopen our Sunday school classes. The way this is going to happen, we're going to keep our services at the same time, so 9 and 10:45. What that means is that our 9 o'clock service is going to start right at 9. The past couple of weeks and the past couple of months, honestly, when we've been meeting at 9 o'clock, we've let the time get away from us a little bit when we started. More along the lines of the fact that socializing was a little bit more important. You know, it's something that we needed in that isolation time to be able to congregate together and talk together and love on each other a little bit more. So I wasn't a big stickler for starting right at 9. We've usually been starting about 10 after 9 or so. But what I'm hoping to see, this is an experiment, all right? So please bear with us as we try to work out these kinks. Since we're going to be keeping both services as we move forward, we need to figure out how Sunday school hour needs to be put into effect. Of course, Sunday school is vastly important. I don't want to get rid of it, and I don't want to impede anything that goes on in our Sunday school classes. Our Sunday schools are incredibly important to what we do here at the church. So I want to make sure that there's plenty of time to get everything done that we want to get done in the Sunday school hour while still maintaining our two services. So at the 9 o'clock service, we will be starting right at 9 to make sure that we give ourselves plenty of time for our Sunday school hour, and it will be in our fellowship hall. Now, the other thing that you'll notice when you come into the fellowship hall, if you decide to come to the 10:45 service and come to Sunday school first, you'll notice that in the fellowship hall, the tables will be set up slightly differently. And the reason is because we are still going to ask that you at least attempt to social distance. We're still going to maintain some of those boundaries, still maintain the ability to be as safe and as healthy as we can be. But our Sunday school hour, it's time for us to get back into that. So that will be on Sunday, and we will continue to work out the kinks and everything else. So please bear with us as we experiment and do a little trial by error to make sure that everything goes smoothly and that we can come together and be in fellowship and have not only our Sunday school be successful, but our two services be successful as well. Looking for a little further into the future, this Thursday, we are going to be having our Thanksgiving service for the community. It starts at 7 o'clock. For those of you that have seen the flyer, it says from 7 to 9. The worship service itself will probably last about an hour, from 7 to about 8, maybe 8:15, depending on some of the little sermonette, little messages that are brought from the different pastors. But the latter part of the time is there for a fellowship and gathering and a community fellowship time where we're going to be eating cookies and drinking coffee and hot chocolate and all that kind of stuff and just being together as a community. So if you're looking at it going, I don't want to be at a church for that long, it won't be that long. The service will be about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. And I encourage you to come out. It's over at Carmel Church. And all of the churches in town, or a number of churches in town, are going to be a part of it. We've got a number of different pastors and churches that will be influencing the way that we worship, from the music to the prayers to the reading of the scriptures to the sermon to the message that's going to be brought, and all of it is focused around us giving thanks to God for all that He has done. You've heard me say it throughout this period of time, throughout this entire year. It has felt like we have lived in chaotic and dark times, and I'm not trying to diminish that. But at the same time, we as Christians, our job is to see the silver lining. Our job is to seek out God and see how He is moving, because we worship a God who is beyond this world, a God who has overcome this world. And so, therefore, no matter what this world throws at us, no matter how many curveballs it throws, our God is better than those curveballs. So, it behooves us as Christians to come together and to speak the great word of God that says He is better and greater than anything that happens in this world, whether it's COVID, whether it's the election, whether it's the riots, whatever it is, right? God is bigger than all of it. And He has a great and mighty plan that He is working and He is calling us to be part of. So this Thanksgiving service will be all about giving thanks to God for all of the blessings that we have experienced over the past year, and so that we can focus on those things and not the negative stuff that's happened over this past year. Looking into Advent and Christmas, I know the goal of the church was to be fully open and back to normal by the time Advent hit. I told you this from the very beginning, that all hinged on the fact that the COVID disease, whatever you want to call it, had either stayed where it was when we started this campaign or had even further diminished. Unfortunately, that's not what has happened. We have seen a drastic rise in cases, not only in the state of Texas, but also in our area of Texas. And so, therefore, I don't believe that it is a wise choice for us to start completely opening up everything. Now, that doesn't stop us from having Sunday school, and it's not going to make us move any further backwards than where we are currently. The only difference is we're not going to be taking another step forward. So we're going to continue with asking you to wear your mask while you come into church, asking you to wear your mask as you leave the sanctuary. I'm going to ask that as long as you're social distance in the fellowship hall for Sunday school, you can take your mask off. But please, please be careful. Make sure you wash your hands as many times as you can. The hand sanitizer will be in there as well. When you go into your Sunday school classrooms, I'm going to ask that you keep your masks on, because all of our Sunday school classrooms are pretty close quarters. There's no way to social distance inside the Sunday school classroom. So I'm going to ask you to keep your mask on as you talk about the word and as you study together and live that life together. I know it'll be a great boon to everyone to be able to meet with our Sunday schools again. But I'm going to ask you to keep your masks on. Again, it has to do with what's going on around us in our community and our society. So if the cases start dropping down, we'll move forward. But for right now, I think it is a wise choice for us not to take any more steps forward, but to stay right where we are, which is safe and healthy for everyone that comes in. So please bear with me and bear with us as a church as we continue to move with this, and we continue to look at what's going on. The last thing I wanted to ask: Christmas Eve service. We all know that there's two big services in the Christian year. The first is Easter Sunday morning, always a big service, lots of turnout with family members and neighbors, and it's a great seeker service for those that have never been in church to come on Easter morning. The other one is always Christmas Eve. With COVID and everything else, and our sanctuary being what it looks like, I want to be as safe and as healthy as we can be for Christmas Eve. So here's what I'm asking. I am asking for all of you to look a little bit ahead. Maybe some of you have already done this, to figure out what your Christmas Eve plans are, and see if there are family members that are going to be coming into town, if you're going to be coming and attending our Christmas Eve service, so that we have a general ballpark of how many people we're going to be anticipating coming into the sanctuary. That will help inform us as to how many services we need, as to how we need to structure the Christmas Eve services so that everyone has an opportunity to worship and to celebrate the birth of Christ, but at the same time being as safe and as healthy as we possibly can with the virus and everything else that's going on. I know that a number of y'all will have family members that are coming in. And so I want to accommodate them. I want to bring them in. I want to love on them, and I want them to celebrate with us the birth of Jesus Christ. But I want all of us to do it in a safe and healthy way. So on our Facebook page and on our website, there is going to be a place where you can send in your information. And all I'm asking for is a ballpark number of how many people you will be that in your family will be coming to a Christmas Eve service. Now, it may just be you and your spouse, it may just be you and your household, but if you have family members that are coming in, try to guess. I know sometimes that's a hard thing to do with COVID. You never know what the travel plans are going to be, what travel plans are going to be available. So I'm not asking for exact numbers, but it would help us tremendously to know a ballpark of a number to know how we need to move forward in making sure that our Christmas Eve is just as powerful, just as celebratory, and just as amazing as it always is. So please help me and help the church look and be wise in how we operate for our Christmas Eve service. Brothers and sisters, if you have any questions about what is going on, please feel free to call the office. Our office is open on its normal times, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, in the morning and in the early to mid afternoons. And of course, you can always contact me either through our Facebook page, through email, or through my cell phone, all of which are listed on our webpage and our Facebook page. And you are free to find those pieces of ways to get in hold of me and get in contact with me. Ask me questions, talk to me about what's going on in the church. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. I hope you have a healthy and a safe week. I look forward to seeing y'all with Lunch with the Pastor on Thursday. And I look forward to seeing all of you at the community Thanksgiving service Thursday evening. God bless you.